Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced.
From Ivan Archibaldo Guzman's fentanyl factories flooding American streets, to Giani Niche's encrypted communications orchestrating hits, and Billy Arnold's prison cell drug operations terrorizing Detroit, meet the most powerful young mafia bosses who are still active in 2025.
The Justice Department will not rest until every single cartel leader, member, and associate responsible for poisoning our communities is held accountable.
These are the new criminal masterminds who have continued to build empires, beginning from Ruben Elmanito Osegera Gonzalez, the fallen narco prince. Born in San Francisco but raised in Jalisco's blood-soaked streets, Ruben Osegera Gonzalez was recruited into his father Elmencho's drug trafficking operations by age 14. By 2013, at 23, Elmanito had clawed his way to second in command of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJN, one of Mexico's most violent organizations. The young prince revolutionized the family business by pioneering fentanyl production in 2013, creating counterfeit pills that fueled America's opioid crisis. Between 2007 to 2017, he managed trafficking of over 50 metric tons of cocaine and 1,000 metric tons of methamphetamine globally. His calling card was theatrical brutality. He ordered over 100 murders and personally killed at least 5 people, using torture methods involving corkscrews and electrocution. His crowning achievement came in May 2015, when he ordered CJN gunmen to shoot down a Mexican military helicopter, killing 9 service members. Even from Mexico's Altiplano prison, Menchito continued managing CJN operations via contraband communications. Extradited to the U.S. in February 2020, he was convicted in September 2024 and sentenced to life plus 30 years in March 2025 with a $6 billion forfeiture order. Now 35 and locked in an American supermax, the once mighty narco prince serves as a cautionary tale. While his father remains Mexico's most wanted with a $15 million bounty, Menchito's empire-building days are over. Next are the sons whom the U.S. government are offering millions in reward for their capture. Los Chapitos, the Chapo dynasty's violent heirs. Los Chapitos, even Archibaldo, Jesus Alfredo, Ovidio, and Joaquin Guzman Lopez didn't inherit their father El Chapo's empire, they seized it with calculated brutality. Born in the 1980s to 90s, these brothers were groomed from their teens in Culiacan, the Sinaloa cartel's stronghold.
Thursday, the Justice Department took into custody in El Paso 2 more alleged leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most violent and powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world.
When El Chapo's 2017 extradition created a power vacuum, Los Chapitos didn't just step up, they stepped on throats. By 2017, they used violence to consolidate control, targeting rivals like Damaso Lopez Nunez, while establishing themselves as principal leaders in their late 20s and early 30s. They revolutionized the family business by becoming the forefront of fentanyl trafficking, controlling secret laboratories producing counterfeit pills for the U.S. market.
Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced.
Between 2008 to 2023, they smuggled massive quantities of fentanyl, methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, and marijuana across nearly all 50 U.S. states and international markets. Their power was cemented during the 2019 Culiacanazo, when they mobilized gunmen to force Ovidio's release, showcasing their ability to challenge state authority. The dynasty fractured in July 2024, when Joaquin allegedly kidnapped El Mayo Zambada and delivered him to U.S. custody, triggering an internal war that's claimed over 1,300 lives. As of August 2025, Ovidio and Joaquin are in U.S. custody, cooperating with authorities, while Ivan and Jesus Alfredo remain fugitives with $10 million bounties each, leading what's left of their operations while fighting both El Mayo's faction and federal authorities. Up next we have Guillaume Bernier, the blood family lieutenant who bled out. Born around 1996, Guillaume Bernier rose through Quebec's blood family Mafia, BFM, ranks faster than a Montreal slapshot, becoming a key lieutenant by his mid-20s. The BFM, founded in 2006 and modeled after the Los Angeles Bloods, shifted from Haitian-Canadian origins to predominantly French-Canadian membership. Bernier's rapid ascension came during BFM's defining moment, their 2023 Declaration of Independence from the Hells Angels. When BFM ceased paying a 10% tax to the Hells Angels, it sparked a violent turf turf war. Bernier stood loyally by BFM leader Dave Pick Turmel during this period of heightened violence, elevating his status from associate to trusted lieutenant. By August 2023, Bernier faced drug trafficking charges, indicating his central role in BFM's cocaine and methamphetamine distribution network across Quebec City. As a close associate of Turmel, he likely served as lieutenant and enforcer, coordinating drug sales and maintaining gang discipline. Project Scandaleux, in February 2024, arrested 36 BFM members, targeting the gang's violent activities. Following a Canada-wide warrant in March 2024, Bernier went fugitive until his capture in Kelowna, British Columbia on June 30, 2024. Reports emerged that Bernier was jumped in prison following his arrest, reflecting criminal underworld tensions. As of August 2025, Bernier, now 29, remains in custody awaiting trial. His capture, combined with other BFM arrests while Turmel remains at large in Lisbon, has significantly weakened the gang's structure. Another son on the list is Son, who at 18 already challenged the status quo by going head-to-head with the bigger drug lords. Emanuele Sibilo, the baby boss who built a brand. In Naples' Forcella district, Emanuele Sibilo rewrote the Camorra playbook before he could legally drink. Born in 1995 into a family with Camorra ties, he was carrying a 9mm revolver by age 15. By 2013, at 18, Sibilo founded the Paranza dei Bambini children's gang, challenging older Camorra clans. He cultivated a distinctive style featuring long beard, dark-framed glasses, and tattoos, partly inspired by ISIS jihadists to inspire fear. His tag, ES-17, was graffitied across Naples from 2013 to 2015, marking territorial claims and building brand identity. Unlike traditional mafiosi following Omerta, Sibilo used social media to broadcast exploits, posing with designer clothes and expensive champagne. His rebellion led to a 2013 to 2015 Mafia war, resulting in over 40 deaths. The gang was notorious for steezy, random scooter shootouts designed to intimidate rivals. By 2014, he was considered the baby godfather of Forcella. On July 2, 2015, at age 19, Sibilo was killed in an ambush during a botched raid. After death, he became a saint-like figure, with his ashes placed in a shrine in his family's courtyard, with shopkeepers forced to pay homage. The Sibilo clan remains active, with 21 members arrested in April 2021. His image and ES-17 tag continue inspiring young Camorra members, proving some brands outlast their creators. Next is the one who made Detroit a scary place, Billy Arnold, the 7-mile savage who terrorized Detroit. In Detroit's post-apocalyptic East Side, Billy Arnold built a criminal empire from industrial decline's ashes. Born around 1987, this street entrepreneur turned the Red Zone, 48205 zip code, into his violent kingdom. Around 2008, at 21, Arnold founded the 7 Mile Bloods, SMB, named after 7 Mile Road. His leadership was cemented through charisma and violence, rallying young members who enabled rapid territorial control over Detroit's lawless streets. By 2014, Arnold was orchestrating high-profile violent acts, including a parole office murder that sparked retaliatory killings. His complete disregard for civilian casualties included a 2015 shooting that paralyzed a father walking his daughters and murdering a 15-year-old at his workplace. Federal authorities identified Arnold as SMB's leader, labeling him a kingpin controlling drug trafficking and violent enforcement. SMB trafficked prescription pills from Detroit to West Virginia, exploiting America's opioid crisis. Even after his 2016 arrest, Arnold continued directing SMB activities from prison using contraband cell phones, ordering hits and managing drug deals, demonstrating persistent control. On August 14, 2024, Arnold was sentenced to life for racketeering and murder, marking the final conviction in the SMB case. His conviction, alongside 19 other members, significantly weakened the gang. As of August 2025, Arnold, 38, serves life without parole, where his kingdom-building days are replaced by federal penitentiary monotony. Next is the one who began running things as a teenager, Malik "Mo Money" Harold, the Brooklyn bully who built a prison empire. In Bedford-Stuyvesant's concrete jungle, Malik "Mo Money" Harold transformed childhood trauma into criminal enterprise with Wall Street efficiency. Born around 1989, he didn't just join the underworld, he franchise-operated it. Around 2015 at 26, he founded the Bully Gang with cousins and childhood friends, reclaiming the term bully from their youth experiences. His leadership was solidified through organizing a tight-knit group, leveraging neighborhood loyalty to build a criminal enterprise centered at 1625 Fulton Street. The defining moment came in March 2018 with the murder of Jonathan Jackson at a gender reveal party for Harold's child, escalating tensions with rival crews. Harold innovatively used public databases to stalk rivals, including tracking ticketed cars for targeted attacks. Even after 2019 Rikers Island incarceration, Harold maintained control using contraband cell phones. His most ingenious innovation was orchestrating K2 smuggling, using comic books and papers soaked in drugs facilitated by corrupt correction officers. His empire extended beyond Brooklyn, trafficking cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl from New York to Maine. He personally shot at a rival in June 2018, demonstrating direct violent involvement. Convicted on 21 counts in June 2024, including racketeering, murder, drug trafficking, and bribery, the 13-week trial left the bully gang as a shell of the violent crew it once was. As of August 2025, Harold, 36, faces life with a 15-year mandatory minimum, awaiting sentencing. Our next guy on the list stood in for his father alongside his brothers, Vincent Basiano Jr., the Banano Prince who couldn't escape his father's shadow. In New York's declining five families empire, Vincent Basiano Jr. inherited a criminal reputation like a haunted house, with unwanted attention and constant threat of collapse. Born around 1981, he didn't choose Mafia life. It was his birthright, toxic as New Jersey groundwater. His father, Vincent Vinny Gorgeous Basiano, became acting Banano boss in 2004 before life imprisonment in 2011. The Banano family faced significant disruption due to defections, including former boss Joseph Massino turning informant. Vincent Jr. and his brothers filled family rank gaps, particularly in drug enterprises. By 2012, at 31, he was a key figure in a marijuana trafficking ring. His initial brush with law enforcement came through a $50 million illegal gambling ring across 5 states. His primary enterprise was massive marijuana trafficking from 2009 to 2013, shipping thousands of pounds from California to New York with brothers Stephen and Joseph. The operation used couriers and dummy accounts to transport cash to Panama and Costa Rica, generating significant profits requiring a $2 million forfeiture upon conviction. Former Banano capo Dominic Cicale warned that prison could groom the brothers into hardened criminals, with brother Stephen labeled the most dangerous due to impulsiveness and recorded boasts about owning silenced handguns. In March 2014, Basiano Jr. pleaded guilty to narcotics conspiracy, receiving 24 months imprisonment. As of August 2025, Basiano Jr., 44, is free after serving 22 months in supervised release. No recent criminal activities are reported, suggesting he heeded judicial advice or improved at avoiding federal attention. Coming right up is the Mr. Nice Guy who did not look his profession, Paul Paulie Roast Beef Casano, the Lucchese soldier with the delicious nickname. In New York's Five Families corridors, Paul Paulie Roast Beef, Casano proved that memorable nicknames don't guarantee criminal longevity. Born around 1979 in Yonkers, he became involved in organized crime in his 20s, following the traditional Italian-American pathway to MAID membership. His nickname's origin remains mysterious, possibly derived from a deli business, sandwich preferences, or colleagues' humor. Casano's rise was facilitated by allegiance to Stephen Cree Sr., underboss Wonderboy, and Stephen Crea Jr. By 2012, at 33, Casano was a trusted soldier tasked with violent orders, including attempted murder. The defining moment came in late 2012 when he and Vincent Bruno were directed to attempt murdering Carl Olsheimer, a Banano associate who had disrespected Crea Sr. The attempt failed, as Olsheimer wasn't present. A Reddit user described Casano as a nice fellow who didn't appear made at poker tables, suggesting his low-key persona helped avoid early detection. The Lucchese family faced significant disruption due to boss Vittorio Little Vic Amuso's life imprisonment. Casano's activities supported the Lucchese family's operations, generating an estimated $400 million. His arrest in May 2017's sweeping federal operation brought him into the spotlight. In September 2018, Casano pleaded guilty to racketeering conspiracy and attempted murder, facing up to life imprisonment with a 7-year mandatory minimum. As of August 2025, Casano, 46, is serving a significant federal sentence, where his sandwich-inspired nickname probably garners more chowline respect than street credibility. Next, we have a son whose mother joined him in making history, Pietro Taglavia, the Sicilian colonel who commanded from the shadows. In Palermo's Corso dei Mille neighborhood, Pietro Taglavia inherited a criminal legacy more potent than aged wine and deadlier than Sicilian sulfur. Born in 1978, he didn't choose Mafia life. It was encoded in his DNA like a hereditary curse. The Taglavia name carried deadly weight. His father, Francesco Ciccio Taglavia, was a key Cosa Nostra hit squad member responsible for multiple murders, while his grandfather was also a leading mafioso. This lineage provided immediate credibility within the Brancaccio Mandamento. His mother, Giuseppa Sansone, was the first woman charged with aiding Cosa Nostra in July 1997, acting as intermediary for imprisoned husband and Graviano brothers. By late teens, Taglavia was collecting pizzo and assisting drug trafficking. His arrest on July 1, 1997 at age 19, alongside his grandfather, marked his official entry. The Taglavia family's fish shops served as fronts for cigarette smuggling and drug trafficking. When major bosses fell, Provenzano, 2006, Rotolo, 2006, Lo Piccolo, 2007, opportunities emerged. By 2005, at 27, he was described as a colonel under Benedetto Graviano. Prosecutor Antonio Ingroia noted Taglavia, alongside Giani Niche and Salvo Rina, was among upcoming young mafia bosses, but too young for top leadership. His portfolio included protection rackets, drug trafficking, and public contract rigging. His 2005 Rome arrest alongside Benedetto Graviano exposed his lieutenant role. His father's involvement in the 1992 Borsellino bombing linked the family to Cosa Nostra's most notorious acts. Convicted of extortion and mafia association, receiving an 8-year sentence confirmed in 2008, Taglavia remains incarcerated under Italy's strict Article 41 bis regime as of August 2025, aged 47. We move on to the guy who ordered hits in parks via phone calls, Edenilson Velasquez-Laren, the MS-13 aggressor who turned brutality into a brand. In Long Island's suburban nightmare, Edenilson Velasquez-Laren transformed the American dream into horror with slasher film efficiency. Born February 14, 1990 in Colorado, this dual citizen, known by aliases Aggressor, Saturno, Tiny, Eric, and Paco, collected nicknames like a criminal Pokemon master. By the mid-2010s, at 25, Lauren emerged as a national MS-13 leader of the Fulton Clique. His calling card was the machete, not just traditional MS-13 weaponry, but artistic terror vision. His greatest hits read like horror franchises. In 2016, he ordered Kenny Reyes's machete killing, luring the 18-year-old under marijuana pretenses. The 2018 beating death of 17-year-old Andy Peralta was followed by gang members posing over the body for photos. His 2019 operations included directing members to hunt 18th Street rivals, resulting in Abel Masso being shot on a subway platform. The 2020 shooting of Eric Monge in a parked car, narrowly missing his wife and children, demonstrated family-friendly violence indifference. His 2022 masterpiece was Oswaldo Gutierrez Medrano's machete killing with body dismemberment and burial. Laren used conference calls to coordinate attacks, holding board meetings in parks to discuss murder strategies. His business model extended beyond violence. Drug trafficking operations included cocaine and marijuana, with fiancée Blanca Garcia assisting distribution. His role in La Mesa, MS-13's U.S. Leadership Council, showcased strategic oversight of operations spanning multiple states. The end came anticlimactically. On June 7, 2023, Lauren was arrested during an Ohio Turnpike traffic stop for tailgating. A 48-count superseding indictment in June 2023 charged him and 22 others with racketeering, murder, and drug trafficking. The Department of Justice is considering the death penalty. As of August 2025, Lauren, 35, is in federal custody in Brooklyn awaiting trial, facing either life imprisonment or capital punishment for his machete murder resume. We now see the Mafia son who went to jail and back, only to resume operations. Little Angelo Spota Jr., the mob prince who fell from grace at Home Depot. In Brooklyn's Dyker Heights, Little Angelo Spota Jr. discovered that marrying into mafia royalty is like winning a lottery with lifetime surveillance and federal indictments. Born in 1974, he didn't just grow up in organized crime. He was raised by it like a criminal debutante. His father, Angelo Spota Sr., was a Sicilian-born associate running a sausage business with exclusive concessions at mob-controlled Italian feasts. By late teens, Spota Jr. was involved with the Gambino family as an associate from 1993 to 1996. The defining moment wasn't a heist or murder, it was a wedding. In 2001, at 27, Spota married Carmine Persico's granddaughter, making him son-in-law to one of New York's most feared bosses and brother-in-law to acting boss Alphonse Alley Boy Persico and capo Theodore Persico Jr. By 2010, Spota was proposed for induction as a maid member during a planned December ceremony, which was canceled for undisclosed reasons. His criminal enterprises centered on illegal gambling rings and using his vice president position at Figli di Santa Rosalia Inc. to extort vendors at Brooklyn's Feast of Santa Rosalia. His businesses, Piccolo Food Service and Cafe D'Angelo, served as money laundering fronts. The massive FBI sweep in January 2011 included Spota alongside major figures across multiple families, but his criminal career's defining moment was spectacularly stupid. In November 2013, Spota was arrested for shoplifting $164 worth of lighting equipment from Home Depot, mocked as pathetic by law enforcement, tarnishing his mob royalty image. Spota pleaded guilty and served 21 months from 2013 to 2015. As of August 2025, Spota, 51, is free with no recent arrests reported, maintaining a low profile while likely retaining Colombo connections through family ties. Finally, we move on swiftly to the golden child, Giani Niche, the Sicilian godson who rose too fast. In Palermo's medieval maze, Giani Niche emerged as Cosa Nostra's golden child, burning bright and brief as a Sicilian summer. Born February 16, 1981, in Turin but raised in Palermo's Pagliarelli district, he didn't choose Mafia life. It was encoded in his DNA. His father, Luigi Niche, was a convicted mafioso serving life. What transformed Niche was his relationship with Antonio Nino Rotolo, Pagliarelli Mandamento boss, who served as godfather in both religious and criminal senses. Rotolo treated him like a son, saying, "Giani is my godson, but for me, it's as if he was my son," while teaching murder's finer points, advising him to shoot 2 or 3 times and don't get too close. When Italian authorities played whack-a-mole with leadership, Provenzano's arrest, April 2006, Rotolo's capture, June 2006, Niche, at 25, became regent of Pagliarelli Mandamento. Following Lo Piccolo arrests, November 2007, he positioned himself as Palermo's leading figure. Police Chief Giuseppe Caruso described him as ready to rise to Cosa Nostra leadership, while prosecutor Francesco Del Beni called him a killer. His criminal portfolio included cocaine trafficking, leveraging Gambino family ties for transatlantic operations. International connections distinguished him. Rotolo sent him to assess U.S. links with Gambino associate Frank Cali, with lavish trips showcasing global reach. He was implicated in planning murders, including orders to kill the Lo Piccolos using acid. Minister Roberto Moroni labeled him a pitiless killer, while he adopted encrypted communications, moving away from traditional pizzini. Arrested December 5, 2009, near Palermo's courthouse, his convictions include multiple sentences totaling over 20 years. The Italian Supreme Court in October 2024 reduced his total sentence, potentially allowing release by 2029 to 2030. As of August 2025, Niche, 44, remains in L'Aquila's high-security prison under Article 41BS regime, though some speculate he could emerge as a future leader upon release. Like they say, all good things must come to an end. We've come to the end of this interesting clip. Click on the card showing on the screen for more of such content